Hello, this evening I drafted versus games, which you can see on the video right there, and we're talking about how if you can listen to the background sound, talking about how you're going to be staring at this gentleman's beard for quite a while because, well, that's the camera angle that works. This is journeying into Nick's draft. This is like the third time I drafted this set. I am not very good at it, but you know, I'm okay. And the resolution is really bad. I'll fix that in just a bit. And I'm trying to get the right camera angle just to see like all the cards. Conveniently, it shows versus NSF in that frame right there, but that's not the intention. And that's much better resolution. These are my cards. The rare was Dictate of Whites, Dictate of Heliod, which is, yeah, no, it's good. The pack itself, I don't see a lot of first pickable cards. By Melody is cute. It's uncommon. That's dumb. That is fantastic. I was actually really tempted to first pick that. I'll talk about that later. Combat Trick, Useless Font, God Hunter thing, that is bad. All these things will wheel. If I really wanted something, it would have to be the Dictate. So I took the Dictate first pick. And I may have to rush myself during this because while I was drafting, I was aware that I might have to, or I would be recording audio for this, but I didn't do it very well. Like right here, we have a lot of dead time in between packs, which is my bad. So the Dictate of Heliod was my first pick, and that was, I believe, a correct choice. I didn't see any other cards there that were first pickable or easy to build around. It's a double white card, as you can see. Oh snap, that's good timing. That's a double white card, so it is a little harder to play, especially since I plan on going to 2 colors, maybe even 3 if my my pack is terrible. So it's not as easy to play, but it's a really strong effect, flash, and all that stuff. Maybe even enchantment interaction. So someone's waving. Hi, Arthur. Happy birthday. That's not Arthur. That's Eric. But he's waving at Arthur who just walked in. This is irrelevant. You don't care. So back to the cards. Sigil Starfish is a legitimate second pick. I think the guy who I passed to took the Sigil Starfish because that's a damn good card. I talked about it in another video, but I don't know if you've seen my other videos. So, Sigil Starfish, really good. Scry 0, or Scry for 0, so good. Sculpt the top of your deck. Alright, this is my second pack. Skybind, really bad rare. I might get to that later, but not really worth my time. The Constellation Dryad there is pretty good, but what I saw in this one was Brain Maggots. Because I'm already in white, and I don't have to necessarily stay white. And I don't like going 2 colors off the first pack, but the first pack's so crap that I'm going to have to. Or at least go into a different color and maybe still go white. The Warwing is good. I've called it the blue Wingsteed Rider just because it has the same CMC as Wingsteed Rider, same effect as Wingsteed Rider, bigger butt, so it survives some of the removal better than Wingsteed Rider. Brain Maggot would have been a pretty good choice as well since it's Duress, or better than Duress. It's like Thoughtseize on a body. But I chose Wingsteed Rider here just because I like attacking more. This pack was very hard. Okay, that card is terrible. I passed along. Riptide Chimera and Supply Line Cranes. They are both very good cards. Riptide Chimera for its effect of being Riptide Chimera, which I don't know if I'm showing what it does. Supply Line Cranes for a 5-drop for 2/4, which can be like just a 3/5 flyer. It's really good. Damn it, I forgot to talk about Riptide before it went down. But at the beginning of your upkeep, return an enchantment you control to your hand. Really good with cantrip enchantments. I'll talk about that later because I'm being rushed. Short Thief is good. The bear it's a bear. The 2/2 is with an effect that actually saw play this draft. Arrow Formation is a good strive card just to get in final damage. The Army of Iris, I liked it a lot because its effect. I haven't played with it yet, so I was like, I'm going to try it out. This pack may have been when I should have gone red. Magma Spray is a really good removal card, and red-blue would have been pretty cool. Unbeknownst to me, I was going to be cut off from red on both sides, so I guess that was okay. Squelching Leeches is really good. There's a guy on this table who ended up drafting Mono Black because we hate him, and then that guy was just disgusting. Here, again, no good cards. The only thing in color would be that Thassa's something that I'm not going to play, so I don't care. And the enchantment, or sorry, the artifact is the only thing that I'd take because I'd make jokes that it's a bad Vidocq and Shackles, but hey, it taps down a creature, which did work against Master of the Feast. That Mono Black guy had Master of the Feast, so that guy can tap down a creature, and it's not a commitment. You can just leave it tapped. So Taps down a creature, and then good times will be had. And next pack, Blade-Tusk Boar, really good evasion. Fonts of Blue, really good card. Another Deserter's Quarters, I don't need two, I barely ran one. As a sideboard card. Johnny's Presence is a good strive card. Just indestructible. It's like God's Willing, except I like it a lot more. Well, I don't like it a lot more, but it's pretty good. It does most of what God's Willing does. And it can hit multiple targets. Not looking at the green card there. Look at the blue card and the white card. I forgot what I picked, but the blue card is pretty good because I like it for turn 2 this, and then turn 3 I could play Riptide Chimera, and I wouldn't have to bounce it back on my upkeep, and I can just keep it down to attack. The Strive effect is really good since I might be doing blue-white heroic, since I got some of those, I got that Warwing Leader, whatever it's called. But I ended up getting the Font, which is a great card. And I will say screw you to anyone who says otherwise. Trying for Shorestalker is cool. It's killed me before, shamefully, because you know, just the 1/1 unblockable. I didn't have any removal, couldn't block it, couldn't kill it through combat, so it was good. And since I'm going the heroic kind of aggro-ish, very aggressive strategy, if I get like you know, like an Ordeal, turn 1 that, and then turn 2 Ordeal makes that guy pretty unblockable and brings down the beats. So that's my pick there. This is the X number pick, I don't remember. And hey, that's a decent card. +1/+1, can destroy an enchantment, which may be relevant since I can get damage through with my unblockable guy, and sometimes I'll just need to do that. You cannot really see the cards here, but they're all bad. So I'm going to start talking about other stuff. This draft was really bad. It was really bad. I'm pretty ashamed that this was my draft. I don't even know what I picked. Who cares? It was a green card, I think. And I'm pretty white-blue right now, and I should be talking about signals, but I don't really pay attention to them very much because I'm a bad player in that sense, so I don't really care much. I take the blue card because that white card is unplayable. Black card. Oh, to note, this aspect of Gorgon is really good. Death Touch is really good against these Voltrons that people keep making, or you know, just they invest a lot into one big creature, and Death Touch is like, ooh, you guy got hosed. I think I'm waiting for packs to be passed right now, so I'm gonna keep talking. God Hunter Octopus. I'm gonna take this opportunity to drink water. So that is a 5/5 for 6. It's not a great body. I'd rather have like a Benthic Giant because it has hexproof as well. But who knows? Maybe it'll make it in. Maybe it'll be at the top of my curve just to do a thing. Dictate of thing went all the way around. The guy who actually ended up taking the red Dictate didn't know its actual effect, so he killed himself with it. That was really hilarious. He didn't think the opponent got the double damage as well. It wasn't it's you know, Furnace of Wrath effect. I took the blue card here because hey, that actually is a decent blue card, but no, I take the bear here because it's a bear. And it looks like I took all 3 cards, but I did not. That is black. Don't care. This is pack 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy to my left isn't going black anyway. Guy to my right definitely isn't going black. So black is like, who cares? And then this is pack 2, Born of the Gods. Some camera adjusting because I'm bad at this. Also, I don't really have like a steady mount. I was leaning this onto a deck box or some case or something. So please don't mind. Rise of the Challenge, Griffin, Dreamfinder, I'm not going to read them all. Nullify, Area Worshipper, Springleaf Drum, Force Stoker, and a foil Akroan Conscriptors. This is a really good red pack. In hindsight, maybe I should have gone red. Again, I should have gone red, but then again, I was getting... red was pretty picked highly on both my sides, so I don't feel terrible about that in retrospect, but this Forge Stoker Dragon is just a limited bomb. And that's pretty, but that's a bomb. And, you know, Springleaf Drum is good, but it's not triple Born of the Gods, and I don't have a lot of inspired things. Area Worshippers is my pick here, because I like how it is a Pillarfield Ox that when it untaps, it can make a guy that has evasion that also is an enchantment creature, just in case Riptide Chimera becomes a thing again, and it did end up becoming a thing. So, you know, that sucks. Ooh, Fanatical. that guy. Loyal Pegasus, Flood, Tide, Serpents, Nyxborn Wolf, good card. Some really decent cards that are not in my colors. The Elite Skirmisher and the Loyal Pegasus are very high on my pick list here. Elite Skirmisher is a 3-1. So he is super fragile. I took the Loyal Pegasus because I already have guys with evasion, like that, you know, the Flyers and the guy with the Unblockable. So I'm fairly certain he's going to be good since he'll have a buddy to attack with whom to attack. Footstep Eidolon here. I'm not actually considering Astral Cornucopia. It's just there and it's rare, so don't judge me. Footstep Eidolon's really good. Late game, it can just get one of my fatties who I've built up through. Early game, I can just hard cast him and he's unblockable and I can build onto him. Fading Infatuation, I don't really have anything in copy, so I ignore that. Crypsis is a really good card here. Floodtide Serpent is not too good. I mean, it has the same kind of interaction as Riptide Chimera, but no. And it's freaking 5 mana. So Crypsis is a really good pick here, but I end up actually taking the Siren of the Silence song, or the gold card, because I tend to play with that card a lot, and it's so fun. It gives a lot of card advantage if your opponent doesn't have anything to interact with flyers. I know I'm going blue-white, but the one black is not terrible. It's a splashable card, and if I get the fixing or get more black support, it's okay and maybe even good. Oracle's Insight here is really good. It's really good. Also, the art is really good. Is that Raymond Swanland? I don't know. But, yeah, that card, that enchantment is really good. Kind of a nombo when I put it onto heroic guys who I want to attack, but who cares, man? I ended up putting it onto my Coastline Chimera, and it did great work. I think I picked the cloaked, the 3-2 flyer, Chorus of the Tides, because he's a good 3-2 flyer. He can scry one when he targets him, but I don't really care. So this is, my colors, blue-white. So this is a debate between Sphinx's Disciple and Divination. I take Divination here because I'm pretty sure the other Sphinx that I saw earlier would come back, because it's not picked very highly. Also double blue, which is hard to play. It's super fragile as well. This pack sucks. The white card here is Hold at Bay, terrible-ish. Effervescent Intellect, terrible. I actually take the Kyora's Follower in case, of course, I need to splash a third color, because at this point I'm like, ugh, this draft is bad. I might actually have to play a third color. The Eye Gouge there may have been a pick as well, going towards the black, because it's really good combat trick. It does work. I mean, hell, it does a lot of work. And who knows, sometimes you get Cyclops interactions. That is another Sphinx's Disciple, so I feel vindicated, and I'm right. Well, maybe I just made that up for this recording. No, that's what I thought, and it actually happened. Marsh Mist Titan, I like that a lot. I played a lot of, half-black decks, where that guy can come down on, 4 or 5, a reasonable number, and he's a 4 or 5, so he's good. But Floodtide Serpent is the pick here, because, quite frankly, I needed something higher on my curve. These are the people I'm drafting with. Yay! I don't know why. There was a lull during the draft, so I put it up and did thing. And I totally ruined my camera angle and the focus, because I'm bad at this. So this is here where I go, what? Because man, black-blue should have been a thing. Gosh darn it. Let me refocus my camera in 10 seconds. Nope, in 2 seconds. Crypsis is the pick here because it's a good combat trick. Triggers heroic, blocks, gets around time defeat or silly tricks like that. I take Flood. I take the Bear. Oh yeah, I take the Fellhide Brawler just because he's a Fellhide Brawler. Take the playable card because that guy is bad. That is my last pick. That is underwhelming. I should have done this after the first pack. I don't know if I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But review your picks. Review your picks after every draft. Sorry, after every pack. Because officially that's when you can do it. I mean, even though this is super casual, we do it the whole time. Also, on the super casual part, we're talking the whole time. In case you haven't noticed, I'm sure there's audio being put through on the other end too. So, super casual. We're talking a lot of smack to each other. We know each other pretty well. Again with Mr. Beard. So I'm red-white. Sorry, I'm blue-white. And heroic-ish. That's a good card if I were red-white. So this is my third pack. I'm like, come on, open an Elspeth. That's not an Elspeth. I would have even settled for a Daxos. But this pack gave me a dilemma. I had three good cards: Nimbus Naiad, Winged Steed Rider, and Spear of Heliod. These are all first pickable cards. Winged Steed Rider is the first pickable card, and I did a lot of triple Theros draft where that's exactly what I did. First pick Winged Steed Rider, and then bash faces in. Since the whole set is out, I don't think Winged Steed is as strong. I take Spear here, but it's a pretty big debate because that and Nimbus Naiad. Nimbus Naiad I don't think is going to wield, or neither is a thing, and they're all in color. But the double Anthem effect, since I already have Dictate of White, Dictate of Heliod, if I get both Anthems out, it's +3/+3 to the whole team, and that's really cool. And the Spear did a lot of work for me during the while playing because their fatty could crack into me. I took the damage, and then I killed their guy. And then Hopeful Eidolon gained life. Grip Tide here. So, I haven't seen any tempo cards. There are no tempo cards coming around. No Hubris, no Retraction Helix, no Whelming Wave, none of that nonsense. So I have to take the, also there's not really good cards in here, but I have to take the Grip Tide. That Ordeal looks scary. The Ordeal looks really scary, but I have to take Grip Tide here because it's the only tempo card. It's my one piece of removal in the entire deck. My camera fell. Voyage's End can still come around, but I really had to take that Grip Tide. And there was a game where I Oracle's Insight, scry about 10 cards to the bottom just to dig for that darn card. Here I was going to take Sealock Monster, but then I saw Hopeful Eidolon, and Sealock Monster gets outclassed very easily, I think. And Hopeful Eidolon doesn't, because you put it onto your already big guy and you gain life. The life swing can turn games, so I take Hopeful Eidolon there. Triggers Heroic. I've done good work with it. It's done good work for me. Those are just some solid, good 3 cards for my deck, which is the bad deck. Which is a very bad deck. And you see Nick right there, guy with a beard, and I ended up playing him because, oh, spoiler alert, I went 0-2. And then in the final round, we just ended up playing League because this draft was disappointing. And, you know, I could have just thrown it away, but I will revel in this shame. Here is an interesting pack. Foil, with the off-color activity ability, so I don't really think I want to play it. I have enough flyers if the flyer's the issue, so that's not too great. Observant Alciad is good to bestow onto my guys. It's shiny. And then Coastline Chimera is also good because of on-color activation. And if my deck needs to block, that thing will block for days. I take the Observant Alciad because my deck is a little faster than that. Omen Speaker here is a good pick. What else is there? Aqueous Form is a good pick. I think I take Aqueous Form just because Heroic Triggers and Riptide Chimera and Floodtide Serpent to bring things back. Why am I feeling the card? That's so strange. I think there was a white card. I think the white card in there was Yoke-Dox, but I'm not sure Yoke-Dox is bad. Another Aqueous Form, that's cool. Ooh, Prescient Chimera, very good. Aw, Battle-Wise Hoplite. I have to take that now. Because, yeah, low heroic guys, that's what I need. Prescient Chimera would be really good, though. And I'm pretty sad that I didn't take it. And Fate Foretold here is the pick. Crackling Triton, I cannot play that. Spell High Chimera, I cannot play that. Gainsay, Fate Foretold here is exactly the card I'm looking for. A cantrip enchantment that can get bounced back by Riptide, even though I don't Riptide that much. Oh, there's a Prescient. Yay, I get another Prescient. Or I get my Prescient back. So, the cantrip enchantments, if I, like, turn 1, who gives a crap, and then turn 2, Battle-Wise, turn 3, Fate Foretold, turn 4, Riptide, on turn 5, which is, you know, just off curve, but who cares. I bring that card back. Oh, sorry. So I turn 1, Sword Thief. Turn 2, Fate Foretold, and I draw a card. Turn 3, a Riptide. So on turn 4, my Upkeep, I bring the Fate Foretold back, and I get hella value off of it. I'm not talking about... Oh, right here. 3 black cards, really? This is where I start hating. I know I'm not going black. Freakus Cure would be a good hate, but it's not splashable, and I know the guys to my left aren't going to be very black, so I'll leave it to the next guy to hate draft it, which he did. Awesome. Centaur Battlemaster would, or Centaur Return Centaur would be my only worry because he is a 2/4 that can block my early guys. Hey, Coastline Chimera came back? Did I say Coastline Chimera? No, I didn't. I took Observant Alcyon. Right. So, Coastline Chimera came back. I feel great. And this deck sucks. So yeah, the turn 1 into a guy, turn 2 into a Fate Foretold, or a Font even. Turn 3 to get my Riptide out, and good stuff. Oh, there's some guy doing things outside. I should close my window. Oh well. Last few pack. Who cares what it is? Okay, I rescue from the underworld, second to last pick. I take the Yoked Ox here because again, I know the guy to my left. It's not rescue. He's not gonna play rescue, so I give it to him. Yoked Ox, maybe I'll play it against a super aggressive deck because this is an 0/4 and they're on a block for days, and who knows. Anyway, that's the draft. It sucks. Soon I will be going into just showing you what the deck itself is. So that's going to be much, I don't know if it's going to be much more interesting actually. This deck is terrible. I generally do well in draft. Not this one though. Oh yeah, that's my last pick, Unknown Shores. I might actually play that, you know, in case I go for the black, but I did not. The highlight of this image here is my Thorncast Sliver playmat. It is super pretty. Okay, so let's look at the things. These are my 1-drops. This is how I organize my curve. Things I want to play on curve, I put on top and order by curve. The things on the bottom, I don't necessarily have to play on curve, but they're, you know, targeting effects, tricks, that kind of thing. So I put them there since they don't really fit on the curve. These are my 1-drops. I already talked about 1-drops. Crap. They're 1-drops. They're okay. My 2-drop, Battle-Wise Hoplite, of course. Fountain of Fortunes, the Bear, the Footerstep. Observant Alcyon and Divination are okay. Riptide Chimera, I wanted to show effect here. Warwing, Siren, Heroic, good, and then Riptide. I want one. Quote, Kiora. So we got Griptide, Hopeful Eidolon. I put it on 4 because I don't want to play it as a 1-drop. Observant, Okros Insight is good. Prescient Chimera here is cool. I don't really get much value off of it. Flat Tide is a body, and the Dictate, which, you know, whatever. Spear, Fate Foretold, and look at me give my deck a middle finger, because this